Impormasyon sa loob at labas ng Region 3.
It has changed the way of life for everybody.
Raised its resolution number 30.
Tayo sa
Kami ang kauna-unahang all-digital news outfit sa gitnang Luzon.
Good morning, Central Luzon!
Online, www.centralluzonbalita.com. On social media, Facebook, IG, YouTube at Twitter. Live streaming First Wave, Talking Points at iba pa.
Ito, baka magkaroon tayo dito kasi
Kami ang Central Luzon Balita News and Current Affairs Group.
All right. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and the rest of the world. It's a Saturday, the 6th of June, 2020. My name is Roy Bato, live from Pasay City. Welcome to Open Fire, the show that talks about political and social issues of the week, all fired up in one burning show. Burn! Joining me live from Davao City, Beverly Lee. Hello, Bebs.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, Roy. Hello, Roy. Good
Kamusta
evening
ang-
to you and to everyone.
How's DC?
It's raining here.
It's raining. Okay. O sige, bumati ka muna.
Anyway, good evening, everyone. Thank you for participating, watching us, and to all my folks out there. Hope you're able to watch this one and be able to participate. If you have questions, do feel free and never hesitate to ask.
Okay, so we are viewed live on our Facebook. All you have, on our Facebook, just type in Central Luzon Balita on all our social media pages. Of course, on YouTube, let's just look for Central Luzon Balita, one word on YouTube. We're live. Okay. So, was a very interesting week, and
Yep.
just gonna show you something. Yung first topic natin is before we talk about local, let's talk about yung sa labas muna. Okay, I will
Okay.
show a clip, and then afterwards, let's talk about it. Ito yung nangyari sa US. And for those who do not know, okay, let's watch this one para meron tayong idea.
It's just after 8 p.m. on May 25th, and the security cameras of this local restaurant are rolling. The indicated time is about 20 minutes fast. A blue Mercedes has been parked curbside on East 38th Street for several minutes. We do not have footage showing when it arrived. George Floyd is in the driver's seat. A police car pulls up in front of this local convenience store and two officers walk in. Minneapolis police said in a statement their officers responded to a report of a forgery in progress, meaning someone was trying to use counterfeit money in a store. A few minutes later, the officers crossed the street and approached the vehicle. The police said they found the suspect in his car. The first officer approaches the driver while his partner walks around to the passenger side. The interaction between the officer and Floyd can't clearly be seen from this angle, but the driver of this black vehicle filmed part of it on his phone. The officer struggles to get Floyd out of the car. His colleague walks over to help him put the handcuffs on. The black car pulls away and drives off after a few minutes. Floyd falls briefly to the ground. The officer lifts him back up before leading him towards the sidewalk where he directs Floyd to sit on the ground. A parked police car shows up to the scene. Redacted body cam footage from that new officer was released by the park police chief. The officer exits the car to see his two colleagues questioning Floyd and two people who were just in the car. A few minutes later, the officer helps Floyd up off the ground. The video has no sound, so we don't know what was said between the two officers and Floyd in this moment. They walk him across the street back towards their squad car. Floyd falls to the ground once more. Police originally said they noticed Floyd going into medical distress and called an ambulance to the scene. Another police car pulls up, obstructing our view from this angle and making it hard to clearly see what unfolded in the next 4 minutes between the officers and Floyd. We do see Officer Chauvin pull up to the scene with his colleague, and behind the vehicle's open door, we can make out what seems to be a struggle. Whatever was happening between Floyd and the officers at that very moment caught the attention of this passerby who stops to watch. 2 minutes later, a witness standing on Chicago Avenue captures part of the scene unfolding behind the squad car. One officer looks over as 3 of his colleagues restrain Floyd, who is lying face down on the ground in handcuffs. We don't know how Floyd ended up on the ground. One officer is pressing his knee into Floyd's neck, which we see clearly in this video, taken only seconds later by another witness standing in front of the grocery store. She captured the next 10 minutes of his deadly arrest, up until he is taken away in an ambulance.
All right. Parang na-cut short yung yan. Parang na-cut short. Oo nga. Parang na-cut short yung ano. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So, okay, so that's it. Ang nangyari was yung officer parang inano niya yung sa leeg yung si Floyd. And watching from the video, parang talagang parang masyadong magagalit ka talaga kasi nga yung sinasabihan na siya ng mga tao na wag na boss, hindi makahinga yung tao. Siyempre yung police mayabang effects, parang hindi siya nakinig, so nakaano pa rin yung ano niya. Kaya afterwards, riot. So yun, because of that incident, and yun yung problema talaga pag sa social media kasi ang bilis nung nangyari, kumalat lahat, lumabas yung mga footages, and then boom, antindi, di ba? So
yes, exactly.
Kaya nagkagulo-gulo, nagka-riot sila dun. So ikaw, what are your thoughts? Yung mga tao, is it they were looting already, nagkagulo na nga, sinunog pa nga yung police station. Dahil siguro sa galit yun, no? What are your thoughts?
When I actually first saw the video, I actually honestly, I did not watch the whole video. I actually just I've read the statements from the witnesses, because with this kind of videos, I cannot actually take to watch or something. I cannot, it's too heartbreaking to see some enforcers doing that. And just imagine an armed person in handcuffs, okay? And then there's a policeman who actually knelt on his neck. It's pretty much actually really obvious that the man cannot breathe. I mean, it's really obvious from an angle. So from that look, I cannot actually go through and finish that video. But anyway, it's really obvious until such time, like how many minutes? Like 8 to 9 minutes. That person actually died because he's actually like cannot breathe or something. They don't even like. I mean, this is the thing in the U.S. I'm not generalizing, and all the states are actually doing that, because there are actually states in the U.S. that actually were in both race can actually coexist, right? And then in this area, I mean, it's actually the bad thing about it is actually a wrong forgery, meaning it's actually just accused because the owner of the shop actually wrongfully accused, said to be it's not actually wrongfully accused Floyd about it. So I believe the officers did not follow through the rule of law, did not actually follow through the process. Like they should actually just ask the person what actually went through their heads. Is actually upon seeing is actually
Mm-hmm.
an African American, they went ahead and think that, oh, okay, this person is actually capable of doing wrong things, and
Mm-hmm.
without even actually asking if it's right
Mm-hmm.
or something. I mean, even actually asking, what did you do? Is it true that you actually do this, do that? I mean, it's really unfair. Sadly, it's really unfair what's really going on. I mean, the at least the last time I heard about it is just that those officers actually involved
Mm-hmm.
are charged with murder, and then the
Mm-hmm.
others are actually charged with aiding and abetting. And then that
Kasi there's a,
alone, because of the death.
mm,
Mhm, go ahead, please.
there's a, I think, siguro, 'di ba, he was yung sa grocery store went
Mm,
pinuntahan si ano, yung regarding sa fake
Floyd.
bills, si Floyd. And I think Floyd also, sabi nila, hindi naman din niya alam yata na fake yung binigay niya. Kasi siguro for him,
Exactly.
it was real. Now ngayon, the police came, syempre parang 'di ba, parang insulto yun sa kanya na para ibinigyan, bayad ka lang ng fake, imalay niya baka pala galing sa bangko yun. 'Di ba, parang bakit?
Exactly.
Tapos, di ba, bakit? Dahil sabi nung police, siguro, yabang mo ah. So, I think, parang ganun yung nangyari. Kasi, there's an incident, a friend of mine told me, nag-withdraw sila sa BDO. Okay? So, siguro,
True.
nag-withdraw sa BDO, okay, nag-withdraw sila, tapos yung pera,
Yeah.
binilang, maraming pera yun siguro mga 300,000, okay? Tapos binayad sa tao. Okay? Yung tao naman,
Mm,
i-deposit din balik doon sa BDO. Pag deposit sa BDO,
mhm.
sabi ng BDO, may fake na 1,000 isa. Yung sabi niya, sa inyo galing yan eh. Kaka-withdraw ka lang na 1 o'clock, binalik sa inyo ng mga 3 something. Paano nangyari yun? See? So,
Yes,
di ba? And
it's
siguro
actually true.
because of that, hindi naman siguro niya kasalanan ni Floyd. But what happened was, I think parang na OA lang yata eh. And I think
Oo.
siguro it's normal for people na, kahit, I don't know, in our situation dito, I've been in a, siguro sa media for quite some time. And minsan yung mga police talaga, I have to admit, ayaw nila yung parang mayabang ka sumagot. Especially pag alam nila
Yeah.
parang di ba? Para
Yes.
bang ayos ka, parang gano'n, di ba? Parang, So, pero pag alam nila na parang lawyer ang mukha, hindi ka gano'n. Pero, di ba, parang
Yeah.
nakaano lang, tapos yabang pa nasagot. Well, siguro, I think, siguro baka may mali siya kasi hindi siya magalang. I don't know. Kasi, or iba yata yung culture nila dun eh. Di ba?
Yes.
So,
Yes, exactly. Because
pero mali, right? It's wrong, no?
it is wrong. It is still wrong, and no matter what angle you're actually gonna see it. For example, if you're gonna see it in Floyd's like, point of view, for example, if he said something that's actually provoked the officers or something disrespectful towards the officers, it still does not warrant you to actually kneel on the knee and then have that person like suffocate the person until the such time that he actually ceased to breathe or something until that person died. It does not actually, you cannot justify another mistake with another. You cannot actually correct a wrong with another wrong. I mean, the only way you can actually correct a wrong is to correct it with the right and proper way. I mean, what the officers did, for example, Floyd actually provoked them. As an officer, like I keep on saying, I mean, they're actually in their profession. People actually look up on them, with those guys. I mean, law enforcers and military, and if anyone in uniform. I mean, I have this idea that they actually got the job because they passed some tests whatsoever, like teachers. So basically, and then to actually see some officers who are actually abusive of their authority and power makes me think, how did they actually make it in their job if they're that? I mean, surely they actually gone through psychological tests, like tests whatsoever, and then, but like actually said in the video, no recorded voice or actually has been made to the extent that we would actually have an idea what actually the exchanges are between the two and then the victim, right? But if ever, for in case, in this scenario, even if Floyd actually provoked the officer, I would say that what the officers did is actually still wrong. They're expected to actually to do the right thing or call the person in attention, like I mean, ask him pertinent questions, like is it real? Is it what the owner of the shop actually accused you of? Is it actually true or whatsoever? Can you actually go us? I mean, can you actually come to us in the station and then answer our questions? Like, do it like in a humane way. Most probably they may be provoked, and then added to the injury is that seeing that an American or African American actually did that makes them like it's actually incites an emotion in a different level. Like you cannot actually racism in the U.S. is actually, I would say, is one of the biggest human rights issue there. I mean, even if the fact that U.S. actually meddling with the issues here in the Philippines, but every time they actually do, I would say, mind your own yard. I mean, they have so many issues at hand that they need to be worried about, and they should not be meddling in our own affairs. So, racism in the U.S. has been like existing, and like it's happening as we speak. I mean, because of this one, it provokes or actually causes the violence there right now, the looting. But the way I understand it, even so, if they're actually fighting for the because of what happened to Floyd, what these protesters actually are doing are still also wrong. I mean, they actually negate to the real essence of what they're fighting for, right? I mean, they're no different to those officers. Like the looting, I mean, seriously speaking, I mean, what they're doing is still wrong. I mean, it does not actually equate to justice or asking justice for whatever they're doing. I mean, it's still wrong. I mean, when I'm watching the videos, like the protesters looting, throwing anything, rocks, whatsoever, they're no different with these officers. I mean, like I actually mentioned, you cannot correct a mistake with another mistake. I mean, you stand firm and then rise above these people, right? But what's happening right now, they're just justifying the wrong things that they would like to do. I mean, they're just like shadowing or like taking advantage of the issues. Like I mean, it's nonsense. I don't see any sense at all whatsoever. Instead, they would actually just peacefully do or fight what they want to relate to the officers what happened if they want justice, but need not to actually resort to violence. I mean, if you happen to check what's going on in the US right now, I mean, I would actually think, I mean, I mean, I'm not understanding their actions, like looting, throwing rocks, like fighting with each other, and then to think they're fighting for justice of someone who actually died. I mean, they're no different from the officers, in my own opinion.
And maybe iba kasi doon parang sumasakay na lang eh. Alam mo yun yung problema sa mga ganyan, may sumasakay. Di ba? Parang yung iba doon, siguro half of them are for the cause, half of them siguro parang alam mo, yun ganun eh. Some are taking advantage of the situation, di ba? So, and I think it's normal, but it's wrong really. But ang kawawa dun yung mga local businesses kasi there was one news wherein a local parang shop owned by a black family. If they've run the business for, kumbaga it's their family business, and it's being looted, so they felt bad because diba the protesters are fighting against yung black equality, and then they looted a shop na pagmamay-ari ng black. So parang there's something wrong. Iba doon parang ano na lang eh. Yan ang problema minsan sa mga may mga sumasakay. I think yan yung ano doon eh. Wait, but before we
Exactly.
proceed, I just would like to say good evening to Tony de la Peña Arsenal. Good evening, happy weekend. Tony is from TV5. Hello, Tony. And he's from Bulacan, by the way. Erlene Rain Candelario Quizon. Ask ko lang po kung may biyahe na ba pabalik ng Manila. We're not sure with that, Erlene. Pero siguro meron, but we're not yet sure kung saan ka galing. Ayun, so yun nga, I think in my opinion, it's wrong, pero grabe ang news no sa Amerika. You could see gaano, and I'm analyzing the news. Okay, this is just my point of view. The news is so powerful. How you say it,
Yeah.
paano mo siya ipalabas. And some of the stories are, pag napanood mo yung news, magagalit ka. Talaga there's anger. So kasi yun yung minsan, yun yung gusto nung news director Put it this way. Dagdagan mo ng konti na it would appear na ganito. Di ba?
Yeah.
So, and then nag-snowball na, and then boom, talagang nagalit na yung mga tao. I think it has something also, kasi I'm also bothered because my friend told me, sabi ko sa Atlanta, pare delikado dyan ang COVID. Sabi niya, we're going to the beach. What? We're going to the beach? Akala ko marami namamatay. It's just the news. It's just the news. It's just the news. Kasi si Trump daw at yung governor ng New York, magkaaway. Kaya ganun yan. Sa media lang yan pare. Dito, okay naman kami dito. In fact, naka-ready na yung mga bags nila. In fact, they showed me the video. They were all really on the beach. Sabi ko, wala yan. Sa new media lang yan. Sabi ko, ang mga lumalabas sa inyo, parang kayo din. Di ba? Ang napapanood namin sa Amerika, si Duterte, kasalanan, ang daming ginawang masama si Duterte, pero alam naman namin hindi. so could be, I don't know. It is something also, ang media plays an important role. And I think what happened there is, yun nga, maganda pagkagawa ng story, and then may video, and then the emotion was caught, talagang pinakita yung inano pa yung voice. So talagang nagkaroon ng yung mga tao. So it's really, in media plays really an important role. And yun nga, ayan na yung nangyari, nagkagulo-gulo sila doon. And pwede din kasi backed up. I was told, ito daw sabi sa akin, yung mga ibang rallies doon is backed up by anti-Trump. Kasi 'di ba nagkagulo-gulo sila. So si Trump sabi niya magpadala ng National Guard. O ikaw, so 'di ba parang ano ba yan, wala kang puso, Donald Trump. So it's looking at it, it's kind of like politics, parang kagaya lang sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? So which we will talk about later. Yung anti-terrorism bill. Anything na may sinabi ang presidente, meron talagang ka-counter. Parang ganun din yata No, though what happened is true, may nangyari talaga. The guy is dead. Pero sabi nga ng isang friend ko, maraming namamatay dito, hindi lang ganyan. It just happened na may video si Floyd. Pero may mas malala pa dyan sa Amerika.
Exactly.
So yun nga, parang na hype up, and yun, ginamit yung video against yung, again, it boils down to politics. And so sad na yun nga, yung mayabang din yung police, yun, kaya nadali siya. Kasi parang alata naman dun sa video na mayabang siya which is wrong, which is parang, kasi sinasakay siya pilit sa sa sasakyan, ayaw nung ni Floyd because he's parang what do you call that, yung ayaw mo sa tight space, claustrophobic something, ayaw niya so ayaw niyang pumasok kasi una, bakit ako papasok na I didn't do anything, and then the $20 bill na binayad could be, hindi naman peke yan, bakit niyo ko, what's wrong? I think may right siya bakit doon ka sa Tagalog pa yan, sa presinto ka na magpaliwanag, bakit? Kasi it's just $20 bakit? Doon ka na. Tapos, tara, pusasan ka na. So, sasagot ka pa, yabang-yabang mo. Parang ganun ang, if Tagalog mo yun, ganun ang nangyari. Kung sa Pilipinas pa siguro, yung Tagalog mas malala pa yun, mumurahin pa yun. Like, di ba? Pasok na dito, pambira ka naman, no? So, yun yung I think nangyari dyan. And plus sinaluan lang ng, I remember kasi before, this is part of yung early days ko sa media. Sabi nga, sabi ng news director, ano balita dyan sa field? Sir, nasaksak yung tao. Ano pa? Nasaksak lang eh. Yan story. Gawan mo ng ano. Sabihin mo na nasaksak, nasagasaan, nasaksak.
Exaggerating.
At, parang ganito. Sabi ko, hindi naman ganun. Gawan mo ng ano kasi kung nasaksak lang yan, everyday may nasasaksak. Gawan mo ng kwento. So, gawan mo ng parang ano. Okay, sige. So, what I did was, well, syempre, boss ko eh. So, naging sensation. It happened in a city in Mindanao. So, what I did was, sensationalize ko. Ako nasa field eh. And talagang live report yun. So, marami nag-worry, marami nag-panic. When I went back to the station, Uroy, ano nangyari? Ano ba? Sino ba yun? Blah, blah, blah. Actually, hindi nga namatay yung ano eh. Parang in-exaggerate ko na lang eh. It is really wrong. Kaso lang, I have no choice that time. Kasi kung sabihin ko naman yung totoo na nasaksak siya, okay lang naman, walang problema. So, anong news dun? Di ba? So, exactly. Well, parang ganun. I don't know. Ayun, kaya,
it's like more like a media hype. You know, I
exactly.
mean, like you actually, like you insinuate, like, I mean, even in the Philippines, media hype, like they try to deliberately exaggerate something. You know, the mass media has actually a great influence, right? That's what they're taking advantage of. But the good thing about it, not everybody are actually stupid right now, nowadays, unlike before, okay? But they tend to exaggerate things in a particular subject just to get audience attention, to make them behave in certain ways. So if they want like to get the attention of like the public, like to get angry, like for example here in the Philippines, what's been going on, like they want to get angry with President Duterte all the time. They would like say something that's actually like trying to, you know, to appease the better the emotions of the public. You know, I mean, for example, like the shows in ABS-CBN is all it's more like about demolition of the poor, or about estranged wives, or about kabit, everything, something like that. Just imagine that kind of shows they have in that station. So that's what they've been doing. It's media hype. Like they try to portray something that there isn't, like you said, right? I mean, who is going to be interested, like somebody just fell? Okay, how to actually exaggerate that to get the attention of everybody? So more probably you're gonna get a video and an angle wherein people will feel bad about that person or something like that. So it's media hype. It's been happening all over in the world, and then also in the US, of course.
Well, I think it's more on science, and maybe this is my personal opinion. Like watching a movie, diba? When you watch a movie, if I'm the director or I'm the ano ba ang na-feel nila? What was the reaction? They were crying. Good. What part? Dun part na ganun. So I think you have to get the emotion. It's no longer the news, kasi supposed to be the news is about telling what happened really. But since boring ang news na walang kwento, walang emotion, so you have to come up with something na it would. Kasi remember, you are given ilang minutes lang, and that airtime is very expensive. And imagine if you are like the likes of ABS-CBN and GMA7, pag nasa field ka, there's what we call OB van. Sipin mo yung outside broadcast van, so meron yang driver, meron yang nagka-cameraman, tapos you have to do ilang minute lang na news. So you have to do it something, kasi kung wala man yang dating, sayang yung panggasolina nun. Sayang yung mga ano, so dapat may impact. So that parang advertisement, it's just 30 seconds, pero dapat may impact. And I think yun yung ginagawa sa news ngayon eh. So it's short, dapat may impact, kasi pag walang impact yan, boring. And then there's no point, diba? Kasi gumastos ka eh. And it's like business really, gumastos ka dyan. So, na papuntahin dyan, susweldohan mo yung tao, and then pag gabi pa may overtime pay, and then may driver pa yan kasi hindi naman sila pwede mag-drive eh. So may driver yan, may cameraman, so dalawa plus the reporter. If it's TV, siguro maraming crew pa yan, lalo na pag live broadcast. So merong OB van, plus the security guard, may genset, ang dami niyang dala. And just for a 1-minute news. So dapat may impact. So it's really, that's why we're happy now in this generation. There's Facebook, there's social media, because anybody can do a report na totoo without being paid. Kasi also it's really parang ito, this is the reality. I've worked in the media for so long, and alam mo yun, parang may incident one time na may nireklamo pang-abuso ng isang company, and then that company is our advertiser. So how would I, di ba? That's where paano ko siya i-report? So definitely hindi ko siya ni-report. Pero pagpakinggan mo yung tao, kawawa, umiiyak na, talagang sige, tutulungan kita. Sino ba yung company? Si company B. Anak ko, patay. Main advertiser namin yan. So, alam mo yun, it's really parang weird, di ba? Parang,
True.
kasi dati, di ba,
I agree with
it's weird, di ba, dati yung time nung ABS-CBN when they own Meralco. Kasi pinag-aralan namin wala talaga, hindi nila talaga binabanatan Tapos sa kabilang station, iba naman yung sinasabi. Sa kabila, parang medyo toned down. Sa kabila talagang no holds barred yung so it's really, media is, well, I think it will start to change now with social media. Kasi with the traditional media, it's very expensive. Now it's cheap na lang. So you don't need a driver. In fact, yung mga reporter ngayon, even in other parts of the world, isang tao na lang, isang camera na lang siya, ayun, pwede na siya mag-report. So that way, nakaka-save. So hindi niya kailangan i-sensationalize yung kwento. And also, there's also a problem with big networks. Not just yung mga broadcast, but also with print. Meron din silang for them to survive, even in the most media, siguro mga 80% and 80%. For them to survive, they play yung mga political parang they favor politicians, yung stories, para lang kasi kung hindi ka kasi naka-align, hindi ka din maso-survive. It's about survival Di ba, mahirap din kasing atakihin mo di ba? So and I think the difference right now, kasi I've been in the media since 1996, so I don't know kung sino presidente yon. Ang observation ko lang sa panahon ngayon with President Duterte is different. Kasi it's iba hindi mo siya pwede, si presidente, hindi mo siya pwede bulahin na parang, sir, interview kita, ayusin namin yan. Kasi siya, he speaks from the heart. We're not promoting President Duterte yet, pero he was our mayor. And then pag in-interview mo siya dati, I remember pag in-interview ko si Mayor Duterte before sa Davao, ganun na siya yung parang hindi siya yung kagaya ng ibang mga, ito yung napansin ko mga, kasi I've been a reporter for so long. Mayor, anong mga ganitong mga, what can you say about this? Yung ibang mga politician, well, diplomatic ang dating well, actually, blah, 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 blah. Ang hirap ako before kay Mayor Duterte kasi mamaya mura ng mura. But you can feel it's from his heart. Sino sabi niyan? Gago yan Talaga? Saan ba yan nangyari? Gago yan. And then we as a reporter, I remembered, alam mo yung parang yung feeling na, Mayor, talaga, talaga, meron na dun, Mayor. Talaga, sige. Parang it's different. It's different. Kakaiba yung presidente natin ngayon, which is really parang surprising because, imagine mo parang naging presidente yung mayor natin. Though we're not
Right.
promoting President Duterte, pero that's my observation kasi sa panahon ni Presidente Gloria Macapagal, I'm already in Manila, medyo diplomatic ang dating namin when we do the news kasi I'm also involved in PR. Mga diplomatic, even with Pinoy, medyo yung mga sagot nila parang play safe na parang,
Exactly.
hindi
True.
yung iba talaga eh. But anyway, let's try to move on with our next topic. And sige, anong conclusion mo dun sa kay Floyd before we move to our next topic?
What actually happened to Floyd is actually not, it did not happen in isolation. I mean, it did not happen in a vacuum. I mean, it's been happening not only in the US, but also in the other parts of the state. So basically, all I can say is that if only people are not gonna make it like the way, dramatic or exaggerate news whatsoever, things wouldn't be this worse. I mean, especially the media right now, like you said, Facebook is really powerful. Like you actually angle a certain, incident or something, people would actually, you're going to be able to get the emotion of the people. It's either way you do that or the people will not be interested. It's all about the angling. Even in, taking pictures whatsoever, it's all about the angling. Now, having said that, like your friend actually said, even I'm actually aware of it, that it's not the first time, it's not only him. There are a lot of incidents actually happening that it so happened that's the only one caught in video. Okay? And then they sensationalize that. They're trying to get the attention. Most probably because I'm not really sure if President Trump is actually not a pro, I'm not into like African American or something. I think he insinuated that, but it's more like you said, most of the protesters are actually anti-Trump. So it seems like they're trying to convey a message or trying to picture something that there isn't. There's nothing wrong with it. It happened. It's like they put spice in it, and then boom, it just happened. If only people are just trying to correct that, and then not do those looting or incidents or violence, because it actually negates to their own point what they're fighting off. But anyway, it's happening in the US, and then I just hope that they wouldn't meddle anymore here in the Philippines. That's all.
Kasi it sparked a global There was a protest in Paris. There was a protest hindi lang pwede sa Pilipinas kasi bawal mag-gather. Ayun.
Yeah, there's been cries in the Facebook or Twitter, but anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah, wait. So we'll just take a short break. When we come back, this is just a very short break. When we come back, our next topic.
Online and on air.
Charlie Puth.
Only one call away.
Lady Gaga.
Live out out.
Maroon 5.
And the memories bring back you.
Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee.
I
like the music a lot. I like that there's not too many commercials.
This is Jive FM,
your community radio station.
All right, so Jive FM is our partner. It's currently broadcasting 24 hours a day over at Catbalogan City. 104.1 is the frequency. And soon it will be, Jive FM will have another radio station soon somewhere in Central Luzon, and hopefully soon I will be having a show live from Manila, and it will be broadcasted live there in Catbalogan City. It's a very nice place. Ang ganda dun, Bebs. The food is cheap. So many seafoods. Grabe, parang Davao.
Is it in Tarlac?
No. It's in Catbalogan City. It's somewhere in Tacloban. From Tacloban, you have to take parang mga like an hour or two to get to Catbalogan City. Very nice place. Malit lang siya, parang Digos. Ang problema nila doon, traffic.
Traffic?
Kasi the problem is, hindi sila nag-expand. It's an old city, so therefore, 2 lanes, 4 lanes. So, pag may nag-park, parang sa, alam mo yung sa Davao, yung Ponciano, parang gano'n.
I
Imagine mo
see, I
gano'n.
see. I get the
So, ang
picture.
hirap. Hindi mo na, di ba? So, pag may truck pa dumaan, tapos ka na dyan. Oh. So, it's and then ang daming tricycle. It's a very nice place. So, we have a radio station there, Jive FM, 104.1. Okay, we'll just read this comment. Lodani Rehopina, good PM, paki-shoutout po sa Balikatan People Alliance, Tanza, Cavite. Right, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Open Fire. My name is Roy Bato. Joining me, of course, on the other end is Miss Beverly Lee. Okay, so this is Open Fire. We talk about political and social issues of the week. And this is our opinion. If you want to join us, all you have to do is post your, just comment, and then we'll read them. Okay, our next topic is, it's a bit lighter before we move to, it's about online class and the stuff of it. So I'll just play a video here, and then tingnan mo lang to, and from there, after this video, siguro let's do our comment. Here we go.
Good morning. Yes, welcome to science class. Yes, good morning. So naka-online ang lahat, ano? Very good. Okay, today we will going to discuss about condensation. Okay. Yes, Trixie. Very good. Condensation. Yeah, Andrew? Yeah, open your module. Topic number 8. Okay, good. Now today, I have here models para alamin nyo kung ano ang nangyayari sa condensation. How much? Ay! Online class po ito. Hindi to online selling. Anong mga sizes? PM, how much? Ay! Online class po ito. Hindi to online selling. Magkano yung kalan? Ay, online class mo ito!
Well, online class, that's it. And online selling. Actually, we'll not talk about online selling, just the online class. And it's really, we are really caught on something here. We're not prepared. Most schools are not prepared. And with what's happening. And sabi nga nila, we've been doing online classes for so long, but that's a different online classes. 1-to-1 yun eh. Ito, you're doing an online class with 30 kids and everything. But really, there was I don't know if this is true. Someone told me na yung mga online class na yan was proposed mga many years ago. Pero they said na it's siguro mga after na lang yan, mga 2023 na siguro yan, and not now. And then boom, what happened? Ayan, nangyari yung COVID unexpectedly, and everybody was like, nag-crash course ng Zoom, everybody was like, and kanina nga I had this I was talking to a teacher a while ago. Sabi nila, we prepared everything about online class. And I said, okay, this is the challenge with online class. Kasi we've been doing live streaming for like 3 years already on our previous radio station. This is the problem. Number 1, environment. Minsan, habang may interview kami, minsan may tumatahol, may nag-aaway, may tricycle dumaan. And imagine you have a class. Kasi ito example, like this. Imagine mo, there are like 10 screens or let's say 20 screens, di ba? Naka-on yung mic niyan lahat. Suddenly may dumaan na manok or may dumaan o may something. So, saan galing yun? So, everybody magtatawanan yan. So, alam mo yung parang that's number 1. And then number 2, sabi ko, if I am a very smart student, what I would do is, if I hate online classes, ang gagawin ko, bubunutin ko yung router, sirain ko yung router. Kasi pag nasira yung router, 'di ba? Parang wala ka internet. Tapos pupunta yung internet provider, 'di ba? Okay naman sir, okay naman ma'am. Okay ba? Parang wala naman kanina, bubunutin, i-reset mo na naman. 'Di ba? So, and then another problem is this. Classes will start on sometime around August, this August. Tag-ulan yun. Pag tag-ulan sa Pilipinas, ang internet may problema. Kasi pag tag-ulan, di ba, walang internet, sobrang bagal, and you're expecting to have an online class. Ang sabi naman nila, may mga email naman, email. So, ang nakikita ko doon, well, we have no choice, but we really have to, do it. Kasi wala talagang ibang choice eh. We have to do it. We have to do the online. So there's no choice but do it. It's just that kawawa yung mga estudyante. Yung siguro yung mga time ngayon, parang I don't know kung some students will be happy. Kasi I think si Beverly is not the type na happy. Pag walang klase, ako kasi pag walang klase, I'm happy. Ikaw yata yung type, Bebs, na pag walang klase, nalulungkot ka. May ganung klaseng tao. Right. Oh, yeah. May mga classmate ako before, nalulungkot pag walang klase. Kami were so happy. so di ba? Saglit, may mga greetings lang tayo. Boss, pakigreet po ako kay Sir Dudes Pangilinan sa buong Central Luzon Balita, okay? Dudes Pangilinan is also watching, and all right, ayan, okay. So yun nga, or ito pa sabi ko what if ang gagawin ko, kung ako I'm a very smart student and I don't want to participate kasi ang basis ng grade mo, di ba? So you have to attend, you have to honor school. So for me to hack that, ang gagawin ko, every time the bill of yung internet provider comes in, tatago ko yan, akong estudyante. So, syempre, hindi alam nung nanay, di ba? So, darating ulit yung second bill, tatago niya ulit. Biglang mapuputulan sila. Ba't kami naputulan? Di ba? Syempre, pag naputulan ka, it takes time para ma-reconnect, di ba? Tapos, sabihin mo, naputulan po kami ng internet, mami. Di ba? But in fact, I'm always studying at night, but the thing is, naputol yung internet. Ganun ba? So, ayun, it's really parang, parang kakaiba yung panahon ngayon, di ba? What are your thoughts sa online class?
I think we actually touched base about this in our past topics before, but when this online class, personally, I don't have any issues about it. I mean, I'm not speaking in my behalf. It's just that I actually witnessed the majority of some students when I visited some provinces. I mean, when we do charities and something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So having said that, when this was actually like brought up for for an option or to resort for right now, especially for this because of this pandemic, like online class for everybody. It's like just like one of the comments I actually made in one of the posts before, last week. My point is, for example, there are actually 1 million of students, right? For example, there are actually less than 400,000 children who can actually go through online classes, right? The privileged ones. Now, how about the 600,000 plus students who are not able to, which is actually actually in the below the poverty level, who cannot actually afford to buy, you cannot actually impose this kind of level to actually buy some computers, phones, whatsoever, to actually support their online class because they have other priorities. They can actually manage to actually prioritize with their studies when in a face-to-face environment way before, how much right now in an online class. So my point was, I do believe that the DepEd actually has this goal of equality in education, right? Equality in education. Then how can you actually promote equality in education if in this kind of setup, some students will be deprived of it? I mean, even if you're going to put it like a free internet or something, in the Philippines, our internet is not that good. I myself, I'm complaining about it. Even if you're going to be complaining about it, there's nothing much you can do about it because they cannot do something about it. I mean, come to think of it, these are facts of what's really happening. That's why when one of the, what do you call that, sessions with the secretary of DepEd said that she has like this data of like 80% of 80% percentage that has internet access. I was like, what? I mean, I was like really wondering where she get that, because I know by fact that even in far-flung places, they don't have any access. What they have is just data. You cannot actually have online classes if you only use data. You really have to like install a modem to have solid connection. Even if you have a modem, you cannot actually share a solid connection. Like especially if it's raining, especially if you know, I mean, in your location, you know, something like that. And then what's going to happen with the quality of education, the equality of education that the DepEd has been like trying to promote for years, which is having even an issue even before like having in a classroom environment, like even, you know, they don't even actually promote, they were not able to meet that kind of, you know, their goal, what I'm trying to say. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not speaking in my behalf. I'm just actually worried of what's really going to happen to those big percentage who's not going to be able to do so, who's going to be deprived because of that. And I wouldn't feel good about it simply because we're be able to do that. Because I do believe that in, you know, I mean, I'm talking in the futuristic way. I mean, come to think of it, I mean, the people who needs to be educated are in that level, you know, in that poverty level. And then to alleviate the issues that we have right now, the poverty, social imbalance, discrimination, I mean, the ones that needing education are in those places they have not visited, you know, that lacks education or something. And I have been aware of it. I mean, the Philippines is thriving, right? The only solution how we can be better is to actually act as one or do something about it. Now, having that kind of mentality with one commenting back at me saying that, so what? At least our children are able to actually go to school with this and that. We don't care about others. With that kind of mentality, that's what I actually responded. Good, I understand that. That's why our country is still thriving with that kind of mentality. I'm just still not. I'm not sure if people are getting my point, because the biggest number among us cannot even connect or comment to respond to surveys the DepEd actually made weeks ago. So how could they, where do they get that 80% of percentage that has an access of internet? I mean, seriously speaking, that is not true. So I'm just speaking of the majority of everybody here. Like, yeah, we can actually send the children to online classes whatsoever. I myself, I don't need that because I can actually, you know, do some homeschooling. I can actually do it way better than I'm not saying that I am better than the teachers, but I can actually broaden the specs or specification of the lessons I can actually give to the children, you know, not limited to what the teacher is actually we're paying for them, you know. It's just that I feel bad about what's going on in our country. It's just, that's what's been happening, you know. I mean, to actually look forward to have a better future, we have to think and act right now, so that, you know, we can actually have a better future. That's why the poor became poorer, and then the rich just became richer, if you get the idea what I'm trying to portray here. So that's just my point of view. I mean, I'm not just talking about now, I'm talking about what these children will become in the future, what they will be contributing to the society in the future. And that's what I'm actually seeing, because I've been to, like I mentioned, I've been to places, and it's really sad that, you know, I mean, I have limited like ways or something we can actually do about it. If we actually help together and understand for the betterment, if only DepEd would actually act on something that's actually going to work for everybody for now. I mean, having losing a year or something is not it's not really a loss. I mean, they can actually implement something. Okay, you're not actually losing because we're going to be having this kind of lessons on TV or internet. Just access this website. In each level, you can actually learn something. What they want right now is like, I'm just saying. I mean, like I actually said in one of the comments, also in a particular teacher, teachers right now are no longer educators. I'm not generalizing everybody. Okay, they're just employees. Unlike before in my time, teachers are really educators because they actually, try to raise you as a better person in the society. Like I'm not sure. Like you said, I'm one of the students who actually worries if there's no class. I mean, I get upset. I don't want to go home or something. I want to learn more about something in lessons. So I appreciate the teachers way back working really hard for the students, like beyond the lessons they are teaching. Like for example, you do this to your parents, respect your parents. You do this, you study more, something. I'm actually not I'm not hearing that to some of the teachers right now, in the generation right now. I'm not generalizing. It's just sad that it's no longer practiced by some. So that's just my point of view about it. Like I said, I have no issues about sending the children whatsoever, but I'm just actually looking for the bigger picture here of what we are as part of the society. And these children who are deprived of are also part of the society, and they're going to be deprived of this. Majority of them are not going to be getting the quality of teaching the same as the other lesser percentage.
My thoughts on that is, I think, I don't know, maybe I don't know, I haven't asked DepEd, but maybe they didn't have a long-term plan. Wala silang plano nung parang 5 years ago na parang, okay, this is for the next 10 years, guys. I know they have, but I don't know if they're serious about it. Maybe they do. And what are the contingency plans? For example, what will happen if there's, I don't know if they even thought of like what happens if a country will invade us, and then what will happen to the education system. Yung mga worst case scenarios. Exactly. They never thought of it. So parang, and then boom, it all happened. And parang, I think what's happening right now, you know what? They're just improvising. In-improvise mo na dyan na. Improvise mo na. Ano ka ng Zoom? Ano ka ng ano? Parang it's just, and why go to Zoom? Why Zoom? When you have the ICT, why can't they just, do something about video? I think meron yatang ginawang project ang government na yung video, di ba? Sipin mo kung mag-zoom sila lahat. Lalaki nakikitain ng Zoom sa Amerika. Di ba? So, binubuhay mo lang yung Zoom. Exactly. So, sana ang DepEd ang ginawa nila, okay, nagka-problema na tayo, lahat ng mga malulupit na Pinoy sa buong mundo, sige, kailangan namin ng video conference, pwede kayo maggawa ng solution, tapos if makagawa kayo, meron kayong 1 million or something, we will so sana ganun ginawa, no? Anyway.
Basta lang
anyway, let's
it lacks time. Imagine that they're opening in August.
Mga ako sa Bisaya pa na makabuang. Binuang.
Makabuang like exactly, di ba?
Binuang, di ba?
Ka? Kumbaga negating ka.
Wala talaga eh. Okay, di ba? Parang kasi alam yung pandemic did not happen overnight.
No.
So doon pa lang sa China nangyari na yan. Sana may nag-isip na sa DepEd, sa CHED ng anong possible scenario rather than present something to the president na okay lang Mr. President, kaya natin to. We can always binuang style di ba? Kumbaga binuang. Di ba kumbaga ako si presidente.
Parang ganun ba no?
Si presidente binuang style niya. Kaya anyway, it's nandiyan na tayo, wala tayong magagawa. Anyway, let's move to the next topic. Bilis ng oras, It's just like Okay, our next topic is, I'll just show a video before we talk about our next topic. Okay, here it is.
Days after President Rodrigo Duterte certified House Bill number 6875 as urgent, the lower house passed a controversial anti-terrorism measure. This amid fierce criticisms that the bill may be used to suppress government critics or lead to human rights violations. Voting 173 in the affirmative, 31 in the negative, and 29 abstentions, the House of Representatives passed the measure aiming to amend the Human Security Act of 2007. Lawmakers took to the podium, at the plenary hall, and online to defend their votes. One of the principal authors even withdrew his name from the bill and voted no to the proposed law.
My vote is no to the bill, and my name could not be attached to a bill that is not my real work.
With that, Mr. Speaker, I'm not closing that possibility of amendments during the BICAM. Therefore, after all has been said, my vote is yes.
I believe that we could have come up with a better version, and how I wish we could have amended Section 29, Mr. Speaker. These are the reasons why I vote in abstention.
The bill is expected to be ratified by both chambers of Congress as the President certified it as urgent. Under the measure, the definition of terrorism is expanded. Tougher penalties await those considered terrorists and those found to be helping them. It also allows detention of suspected terrorists for up to 14 days without any cases filed in court, extendable for another 10 days. Suspects can also be placed under surveillance for up to 60 days by the police or the armed forces. Telecom firms may also be compelled to show the suspect's call and message logs. Also among the provisions of the bill is jail time of up to 12 years for those who incite others to commit terrorism by any means or those who threaten to commit terrorist acts. Paulo Barcelon, CNN Philippines.
Okay, that video is courtesy of CNN Philippines. We don't own it, so that's courtesy of CNN Philippines. Okay, so anti-terrorism bill. Okay, here we go. What are your thoughts? Because there's mix, there are pros, there are cons. What are your thoughts?
Actually, personally, I only, that's why I never actually comment that much about it. I'm just excited for this to be passed on. I only know some snippets of it, I know, but pretty sure, but that's why I'm wondering why this bill is getting attention from, from celebrities or the likes with this one. I myself, I only know a snippet of it, and then I find it like not really violating the Bill of Rights whatsoever. If there's something to be amended, most probably they can. But most of the, I believe, actually, this bill is actually made to protect the people, especially Visayas and Mindanao, those places or provinces that's been terrorized by the terrorists or something like that. They've been hurt for many years already. And then they've been terrorized and terrified for years already. So if that matter is not addressed right now, soonest, especially right now, pandemic, these terrorists actually did not stop terrorizing those citizens. So if this will not be passed on, then they would think that our country is actually not addressing the issues that really matters. If probably NCR or Luzon do not actually understand as to why this is actually urgent, most probably they're not in the same shoes. I mean, just like I said, it's like in comparison with in school or online schooling, the majority is actually the one in danger here, having issues, having go through like being terrorized by these unlawful people, and then yet this percentage, like for example in Luzon or NCR, are not actually like opposing it, even not understanding as to why this needs to be passed on.
Mm-hmm.
My say here is that if you have nothing against or you're not violating any of the laws, why be against it? I mean, terrorism is actually it's actually as defined as unlawful use of violence and intimidation towards people, right? Civilians or whatsoever. Now, most probably they're against some of the drafts that's actually made in the law. For example, like like actually said in the video that you will be there will be charges already or fines, bigger fines. I believe before there are no fines. Right now they're gonna be fining like 500,000 pesos for a day or something. So if you're not gonna be that's actually gonna be against. Actually, only tourists should be worried about this. If you're not one, why bother and be be worrying about this? If it's something that actually is for the betterment of the people or of our country, what's going on in the places that we are not aware of, some of our fellow men are actually hurt and terrorized or killed. So if you do not feel bad about them, I mean, what kind of citizen are you of the country? I mean, same thing as my sentiments over online class. Like they do not worry if majority are actually not getting to class as long as theirs can. Now this too, it has the same sentiments. Like we are opposing this and that because they're not in the shoe of these citizens or fellow men who actually been terrorized or killed by these terrorists in some provinces, which is really happening even in this pandemic. Now, hopefully, they're not going to be experiencing the same thing, but they're in Luzon. Why not go here in places wherein they're actually tourists in the area? Just imagine the fear. I mean, they imagine the fear of these citizens who actually walk, having to know that there are actually people that in the street they're going to be attacked, their food be taken away from them. Just imagine that kind of fear. I mean, that's not good at all if you walk in fear. And like here in Davao City, even if they're military, we actually walk with confidence, no fear at all or something. But in some areas, sadly, there are actually areas, not only here in Mindanao, also in Visayas, who has been like terrorized. And then just imagine the fear of this of our fellow men not going to sleep peacefully because knowing that they will be attacked, this and that. I mean, look at the bigger picture. Majority of the fellow men are actually suffering, and then the bill is actually to protect. Okay, this is not actually gonna. I mean, it's not gonna be something that the anti-terrorism bill is not actually. It's not gonna affect your activism or something. Okay, there's nothing in the bill that is actually interpreted activism is terrorism. There's nothing in there. Okay, so more like these people are actually like special celebrities are actually commending because they do not understand that. Worse, they haven't read that, but yet have the audacity to actually comment on something they don't know of. I mean, for once, like they need to educate themselves, learn, okay, the bill, and then not comment at all if they do not or are not familiar with something. I mean, because if they're like keep on commenting like misinformation or something to the people, it's very wrong. It's like a typical gossiper in the neighborhood. I mean, gossiping about something that's not true. And the difference, like celebrities are doing that in FB. I mean, I'm not really sure why they're talking. I mean, just imagine the courage they do. They embrace that kind of thing, like talking without even thinking, without even knowing. I just don't know what's going on in their mind. So I have nothing against with it, and my own opinion. I just like I actually mentioned in my initial statement about it. I only know snippets about it. As far as I know, as I go through it, there's nothing wrong about this bill. There's nothing that says that, I mean, that's going to be violating any Bill of Rights. Okay, it's more like for the people that protects us from local and foreign threats. Okay, at least for now, we need to deal with that. Like, when are we going to be prepared? When it's already there? We need to be prepared right now. Because right now, what's happening, even at this pandemic, as I said, terrorism is still happening. And then I feel bad about the people who are actually being harassed by these terrorists.
I think my opinion on that, my take on that is, well, first, instead of making an anti-terrorist bill, dapat ang ginawa nila paying for people's bill. Yun na mas maganda sana dapat. Kasi ang daming bills ngayon no? apat. So, dapat ginawa nila, paying for people's bills. Yun yung dapat ginawa nila. Kasi grabing bills ngayon. Sobra. Sabi mo, tatluhan, sabay-sabay. At saka, it's not true, ha? Sabi nila, bayanihan, hilaswan, putya. Ang bills, wala pa. Ngayon, meron pa akong kausap. Tapos na po ang bayanihan, hilaswan. Bayaran nyo, kundi puputulan namin kayo. Kumbaga, pinaantay ka lang. Anyway, yun dapat, nabagay, sana kasali dyan sa anti-terrorism bill yung mga ganyan. Di ba, yung namumutol ng mga...
It's actually under the civil rights, if you happen to know that.
Di ba? Pero, hindi kasi, ang civil rights, medyo, it's a bit more decent. Anti-terrorism bill na yung mga ganyan. Kasi a lot of, imagine mo, ito yung ano ko. Oo, kasi isipin mo, nag-start no work, mostly no work, no pay. And nag-start lang nag-work ang mga tao is June. And most employers, if kung small and mid-sized businesses yan, hindi pa yan nakaka-recover. And tapos babayaran mo yung 3 months mo na bill na sabay-sabay. So, di ba? And then you have to worry. Yeah, meron. May sabay-sabay.
Not staggered?
Not staggered, oo. Unless you have this is the you have to apply. If you want to have it staggered, you need to apply it. It's not automatic. That's how it works. And if you didn't apply, it's 3 months. Tapos pag sinabi, hindi ko alam hindi kasalanan mo yan, hindi ka kasi nagbabasa ng mga dyaryo. So it's 3 months you have to pay. Unless kung hindi ka they give you a time frame na wherein nagbigay kami ng deadline na hindi ka nag-apply. So therefore, hindi ka kasali dun sa See how dapat yan yung kasama sa anti-terrorism bill Kawawa.
Bad company.
And not just, ang daming mga middle class at mababa pa sa middle class. That's their problem right now. The bills.
Exactly.
And what if sabihin natin the Heal as One bill is just 2 months or let's say 3 months. What if I'm working sa isang spa, masahista ako? Wala pa naman yan ngayon, di ba? They're not allowed to open. I'm a stewardess or I work in a contractor sa isang airline, ako yung tagalinis ng gulong ng eroplano, wala pa namang eroplano. Di ba? Parang it's really and my take on anti-terrorism bill is it's okay as long as it will not be abused kasi baka ang problema dyan, alam mo yung parang love triangle, example may nililigawan ka tapos sabi nung para yung guy na yan mawala sa sabihin ko sa tatay ko terorista yan, gawa natin ng planuhan natin. so makukulong yung isang guy and then boom, pwede kasi ganun sana hindi gamitin sa masama. Kasi it can delikado Parang yung mga palabas natin ng mga king, kung gusto ka lang niyang ipakulong, gawan ka lang ng kwento. So yun ang delikado diyan. What if gawan ka ng kwento? Ang malala diyan, pag ginawan ka ng kwento, ang nagkulod yung mga officials din. Siyempre, binayaran mo Pare, ito, tig 100,000 kayo, 3 kayo. Sabihin nyo, ito ebidensya. Ganyan-ganyan, no? So, di ba may mga ganon, yung mga palabas sa mga king, yung this is treason. Paano naging treason to na mga ganon So, yun yung worry ng ibang... yun yung worry ng ibang mga tao. But I think, hindi naman siguro ganon ka-stupid yan. Kasi iba naman may social media na Hindi na yun kagaya dati ng mga wala talagang mga ebidensya. Ngayon may mga CCTV na, meron na mga So, still parang malabo. Ang talaga bottom line diyan, pag talagang malas ka talaga. Kaya nga wag ka nang wag ka nang makisawsaw diyan if you are straight, wag ka nang wag ka nang makikurious. Wag kasi kung para bang if you para bang pupunta ka alam mo yung area na yan may mga hold-upper, huwag ka nang curious na pumunta sa area niyan. You find a way na huwag ka dyan pumunta. Di ba? Kasi if ever, patay ka talaga. So, I think that's my take. Wag lang talagang ano. It's a good bill as long as it won't be abused. And
I may
I
add
don't know. I think.
also,
Yeah, go ahead.
I may add also, regarding sa abuse, I don't think this bill is actually made to be abused. But then again, yeah, but there might be, I'm not saying a possibility, but whatsoever. But everybody should think that in order for a presumed constitutional statute to be declared otherwise, or for example, there's be proven okay otherwise by judicial interpretation, and according to this law, the petitioners actually have to show that there exists a clear and unequivocal breach of the Constitution. Meaning, if there's really something that you violated, it should be proven beyond reasonable doubt. It is actually required. So, meaning it should be provided with evidentiary support or something like that. And also, this is actually, if you happen to, I actually have just read snippets of it. It's more like talking about if you're actually terrorizing. It's actually because they're trying to make a picture like if they define it by their own. There's one thing. There's one I've read that if you're gonna be fighting in a bar, they said it could be technically be classified as an act of terrorism. No, it is not. Okay, because terrorism is actually more like as actually defined, a violence or intimidation against civilians in pursuit of political aims or further certain political or social objectives. Now, how is a fight in a bar be classified as terrorism? Not unless you actually have an objective or an aim to actually terrorize the one that you actually attack. So they're trying to define right now that's what makes people confused about this bill. To actually understand this, they need to know more about it. I mean, if we're not familiar with something, people tend to actually judge and then say something about it. For us to not to be able to say something about it, at least we need to get to know about this bill. It's like getting to know the person before we can actually say this person is this and that.
Ang worry ko dyan, Bebs, is this. Okay, if the anti-terrorism bill will be passed, it's okay. But what if the next president or the next, di ba? Yun, hindi natin alam sino eh. What if gagamitin nila sa kalokohan? And I think the bill will not expire, di ba? Hindi naman yan per term ng presidente. It's a law already. It becomes a law. So, okay lang sa term ni if President Duterte would say na ako bahala niyan. Walang ganun. Okay lang 'yun. What if sa next, which is we don't know pa. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
So, 'yun ang problema diyan. Kasi it's like the movies and I think movies are like realities, 'di ba? Parang pwede ka talaga gawan ng ano eh. Pwede ka talaga gawan ng ano, magulat ka lang pag uwi mo sa bahay may mga flag na ng mga terrorist, mga flag. Tapos syempre, you would say, hindi yan akin. Of course, you deny. Pero ikaw talaga yan. Hindi dito mga text messages mo, hindi naman ako nag-text. They could always
Have you watched Eagle Eye? Have you watched Eagle Eye?
Yeah. O, diba?
Remember
ganun.
that?
Yeah, parang
nga, diba? But that's actually high-tech already.
Oh. It can happen, especially if talagang target ka talaga. Pero it's rare. But my worry is that the next president and whoever yung mga tao nung mga next presidente, yun yung problema doon. Ang mga bugoy ba? Mga bugoy sila. mga kung sa ano mga maro, so mo ni problema karon, ha? So I think it's really it's like ano lang eh. The bill is like it's like beer. If you drink, it's good. Pag one beer, if more than one beer, problema na talaga yan. Di ba? So it's just like that. It's like everything. Parang kanta. If you love someone, it's okay. But if too much love will kill you. Ano ba?
If you love a lot of people, will kill you.
Yeah. Kasi di ba, pag kagaya niyan, what if marami kang girlfriend? Tapos, di ba, pwede kang maano sa anti-terrorism bill kasi tinerrorize mo sila lahat. Di ba? So, ganun yun.
Unrelated.
Pwede
You're
na
having
i-relate
relationship not to terrorize that. Of
Oh.
course, you're not having relationship because you want to terrorize your girlfriends.
Oh.
Not unless you threat them, terrorize them.
So, di ba? Kasi pwede naman, kung siya yung girlfriend, isa sa mga girlfriend, pwede niya gawin na, actually, marami kaming gini-girlfriend yan kasi nire-recruit niya kami for terrorism. Yun talaga yun. Di ba? In fact, girlfriend niya ako kasi tapos tinuruan niya ako na he showed me pictures about a bomb, paano magano ng grenade. Talaga, tinuruan niya ako paano magano ng ano. Yun talagang purpose niya sa akin eh, di ba? Yeah. So, yun ang delikado what if
too much watching movies, Roy? You're too much watching.
Yeah, what if the girl is very good? What if the girl is an IT, magaling siya mag-fabricate and everything, di ba?
True. Correct.
So, it's patay ka talaga. So, kaya nga, right now, I think, pag sa mga guys na mahilig magano ng manakit ng babae, I think,
better stop.
Anti-terrorism bill, baka madadali ka dyan.
Diba? Better stop then.
Kasi pwede kasi sabihin ng babae, bakit kanya breakan? Nag-away kami, nag-break kami kasi he's trying to force me to go into terrorism. Di ba? Patay. Di ba?
Recruiting.
So, ni-recruit niya ako para to do something. Like what? I don't know, parang may pinapakita siya sa aking mga schematics, mga scheme. It's like wires, and then may parang di ba?
Parang salt.
Also, di ba? Parang gano'n. It can happen, di ba? It can happen. So, it's by the way, we would like to say good evening to Rama Muhammad, who is watching all the way straight from the Middle East. Thank you so much. Good evening, Rama Muhammad. Yan yung mga viewers natin. Ayun, so, okay, it's like we've been around naka 1 hour and 25 minutes na tayo. So we have 5 minutes left before would you believe naka 1 hour and 30 minutes na tayo?
Exactly. Never noticed.
It's just actually, ito konti pala yung topic natin. Wala pa tayong red wine. Pag naka-red wine pa tayo nito, baka hanggang alas 12 siguro to.
Correct.
And then the good thing about this program, we're just talking. Wala tayong pakialam. We're just talking, and then we don't know if people are watching. But I know,
like
I know the total followers of our page, if you combine it, nasa mga 100,000 to eh. So I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. It's like parang remember before pag nasa radio show ako, nandun sa dati sa Cool 106, nandun ka lang mag-isa sa booth, you don't know if people are listening. I don't know. So anyway, bahala na si Batman. So okay, so let's try to wrap things up. Ano yung final thoughts mo on what's happening and the things that will come next week? Ano yung mga thoughts mo?
My thoughts. What's happening in our transition right now because of this pandemic. No one can tell, right? It's whatever is gonna happen. It's gonna be fluid. So let's just embrace it positively, for example, and then let's just, as a citizen and as an individual, we act accordingly and conscientiously. And I believe if we do, it would make a difference. And if each one of us are like that, it would be making a great difference. So it may be like shallow, but if you're gonna think about it, it's gonna affect everybody as a whole. So anyway, I hope everybody's like doing well, safe mentally and physically in this pandemic, and hope everyone are actually staying safe.
Alam mo, the problem tomorrow is Sunday. Some of us, pag Sunday, alam mo, pag Monday na, Monday na, yan ang mga bayaran. Kasi it's really difficult, especially if you have, I own a small business. And it's really, That's why ayoko na magpa-pressure pero the feeling na parang okay, God, it's Monday again here. All right, here
I
we
feel
go
you.
again. Parang here
You're
we
the
go.
only one. Don't worry, you're not the only one, right?
Go again. Anyway, I think my thoughts. I hope things will. I hope
Be
things
better.
will be better.
Mm-hmm.
Walang mga uh, walang mga uh, another shocking untoward incident will happen. Ang worry ko kasi yung
Yes.
mga yung mga ang mga biglaan eh. Yung mga biglaang nala kagaya nung yung mga pandemic or something another yun yung delikado eh. Sana wala mo na ganun. Ang malala pa nga dyan, baka natin lang, baka bigla may alien invasion, yun yung mga ganun, di ba? Parang imagine pag may alien invasion bigla yung kagaya sa mga movies, di ba? Parang out of nowhere. Di ba kasi ganun yun eh, di ba? Parang everything was just fine and suddenly parang may lumilipad and boom, aliens are coming. Or
No, I mean, I have to share this. I have a friend who is actually like, even the cloud formation, they're like freaking out because they think it's actually aliens. Like they saw cloud formation that's really odd. They actually think that's actually because of alien invasion. Just imagine that. So that's why this pandemic is causing like something in the brain. It's affecting mentally and psychological aspects of the person. Just
And
imagine that.
Not only that, sige, wag na lang tayo sa alien invasion. What if like may makagat lang and then zombies or yun yung problema yung zombies and
oh my God.
Yun yung parang what if, di ba? Mga what if. It's stupid pero remember the pandemic.
Oh my.
Nobody thought of it, di ba?
Right.
Parang it's a stupid concept, di ba? Pero boom, it happened. Di ba?
Yes.
The zombie
Oh my gosh.
mas nakakatakot siguro yung zombie, no? Kasi pag if
oh my
that
God,
happens,
you're watching too much movies. You're like freaking me out. I don't like watching those kinds of movies. It's like scary, and I don't want to instill fear in myself. I cannot sleep. I don't want that. And just imagine what you're saying is true. Oh my God, I don't know.
Di ba parang hirap lumabas sa bahay?
No, not only that, they would barge in, right?
That's why you have to keep. That's why you have to keep silent. That's I think that's the concept. You have to keep silent, and then the problem will be food. And then the problem will be, kasi wala nang tubig, wala. Di ba? Parang it's really, I think sa Amerika, okay lang kasi maraming baril sa Amerika, pero sa atin wala tayong baril eh. So, well, let's not talk about it. Sasakit na ulo natin, di ba? And anyway, thank you so much guys for, to all those who are watching live and on replay, thank you very much. And catch us again hopefully next week for another edition of Open Fire where we talk about political and social issues of the week. And my name is Roy Bato and of course with Beverly. Anything else you would like to add, Bevs?
No, thank you so much guys for watching.
All right, so till next week, bye for now.
Bye.